Let's go through this scenario where we're trying to determine which candidate will win an election. We're specifically going to identify how many votes are needed or what percentage of the remaining votes are needed. All right, so let's assume that candidate red has 3,220,000 votes, candidate blue has 3,160,000, and there are 190,000 more votes to count. All right, so the votes required to win the majority would be 50.1%. I'm going to use 0.1 rather than 0.05 or 0.06%. It'll be close enough for this illustration. So we take the 6,570,000 votes, the total votes cast, times 50.1%. So to win the majority, 3,291,570 votes are needed. All right, so for candidate red, we're going to take the number we just calculated and back out the 3,220,000 that have already voted for candidate red. That difference is how many votes are needed for candidate red to achieve the majority. We do the exact same calculation for candidate blue. So 3,291,570 less 3,160,000. Okay, now if we wanted to prove this, we would take the total votes, right? So that would be the 3,220 plus what they would need to achieve the majority, and then divide it, or multiply it, divide it by the total votes cast. And if that's 50.1%, we've done our math correctly, and you can see in both instances it is. Okay, now if you wanted to know how many votes are required of the majority, you would take the of the votes remaining, take the 71,570 and divide it by 190. Let's turn that into a percentage. Okay, so candidate red would have to achieve 37.7% of the 190,000 less to count to win. And in the case of candidate blue, we take the 131,570 divided by 190, and we'll turn that into a percentage. Take it to one decimal place, 69.2%. Okay, now this is just a quick illustration. And there's those calculations that I just added. You can also see them down here. Exact same calculation.